Happy Friday, everybody. Thank you so much for downloading or streaming the Be Our Guest podcast. Scotty and Ricky join me on today's show, and we're bringing it back. It's time for Hit the Gas or Pump the Brakes. One more time, we're talking some fun Disney topics like more seating areas, similar to the Epcot updated area. We're in the center of the old future world where the Walt statue is. Should we bring more of those type areas to the theme parks? We're also talking about the big mega cruise ships. Should Disney Cruise Line get into those? How about the that new store that's at the Co-op at Disney Springs with the blind boxes for the Instagram folks? Should we pump the brakes or hit the gas on those? Many more topics on today's show. We're having a good time talking Disney. Where would you fall on these things? Don't forget, today's show always brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We're standing by to help you plan an amazing Disney adventure for no additional cost to you. Check out all the details today over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link when you shop online. That one extra click supports everything we do throughout the year. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you so very much to our Patreon supporters. You guys keep us on the air. Can't thank you enough for that. You can support us as well. Just $5 a month, just a cup of coffee a month. And you get a bonus show called Mike in the Midwest. So come over this weekend. We'd sure love to have you. Patreon.com/Be Our Guest Podcast.
Ready to take a trip to the world? You found the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. This is where your memories come front and center on our podcast stage.
Welcome to episode 2851 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Friday to you. Hope you're getting ready for a great weekend. I know somebody who is getting ready for an awesome weekend. The best weekend because it's time to get out of Michigan and head out to not only Disneyland, but to sail in the Disney Wonder. It's pretty awesome. But I got the crew together. We're going to have a fun time and do it again. We're going to hit the gas or pump the brakes. You guys, we had a great conversation in the clubhouse with this about a month ago. So let's bring it back and see topics that Disney needs to, let's go full throttle, or you know what? Let's slow down on that a little bit. So by the way, I didn't give a warning the first time we did this because we didn't know what we were doing. If you're running, driving, or doing any kind of activity, just be aware there will be sound effects, and that's probably not a car coming at you, but it could be. So just heads up. There will be sound effects. It's probably, I'm just saying, proceed at your own peril. We have fun here with sound effects and the soundboard. All right, Scotty G join us from Must See Adventures, and soon the Disney Wonder and Walt's Original Park. Scott, how excited are you on this Friday?
I am so pumped. I'm working a half a day today because that's kind of been my thing lately, maximize that PTO. Working a half a day, then driving to Ann Arbor to pick up Emily. So it's gonna be a fun day. Land in California later tonight, and then boom, drive to Anaheim. Then it's gonna be an awesome weekend. Oh, and it's Princess Weekend too. So shout out to our Be Our Guest podcast lizards. You all are gonna crush it. It's the 5K today, so hope you all have a great 5K. It's just have an awesome weekend, and don't forget about the meetup tomorrow at the Boardwalk Ice Cream. Have a great time. That's coordinating that. Gonna be an awesome time. But I remember the pump the brakes thing was hilarious because our buddy Run Mike, he always watches the live videos early.
Yes.
And my poor guy, man, he was out there doing a run. He's like crossing the road.
I know that's the word. I felt so bad when he posted that in the Discord. I was like, it never. And then somebody else posted like right after that. Yeah, I was merging onto the highway when you hit the brakes.
Yeah.
I'm like,
let me ask you, if you're crossing the road, like the intersection, which one freaks you out more, the brakes or the car speeding up?
It's true. Either one would be terrible. And the funny thing was, this is my sense of humor, dude, because I was walking on the treadmill when I read that, and I still had like 45 more minutes, man. I kept chuckling at myself, and I'm sorry, Mike. I could not stop laughing. I was watching like The Price is Right, and I just kept laughing at myself for like 45 more minutes picturing it. I'm like, I'm such an idiot for doing that, but it is kind of funny.
And we're going to continue doing it.
Yeah, we're doing it again.
Well, we get the warning. We get the warning this time. Yeah.
So by the way, all the Princess runners, we're hitting the gas on you guys this weekend. Let's go. Go get it. Go get those PRs. And if not, get the PR and fun and eat all the ice cream and all the fun stuff. I wish I was there. I'm signed up for Princess next year. I'll be back at
There you go.
Princess. I haven't done Princess since I wore those stupid wings for the 10K and they beat the crud out of my back. I thought that was a great idea. I bought them at the expo.
No.
And I was like, stupid, dumb. I'm never doing that. I can't respect for anybody that wears costumes for races. I don't know how you do it. All right. Also joining us, Ricky's from DisneyWorldAfterAll.com and the Mouse for Less. Ricky, what do you got something big happening this weekend too? I'm just the only boring person here. What's up?
I do. So tomorrow, my baby girl turns 3. Can you believe it? She's gonna be 3 years old.
That's crazy.
So
Holy cow.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. We're not really doing anything like super, crazy or anything with her, but my mom and dad are coming up, so we're celebrating with the family, and yeah, just gonna have a nice, she still doesn't, know quite what's going on with, birthdays and stuff like that. So I think this is my last birthday I can get away with not really having like a party or something like that. So I'm going to try to relish the fact that I don't have to throw a party for her this year. And I think next year I'll have to, but yeah, it's going to be, we're just going to have a nice like family birthday, which is good, and quiet and peaceful, and cake and, stuff like that and presents. So yeah, I can't believe she's going to be 3 though. It's so crazy to think, that she's gonna be a 3-nager, although she's already starting to get there. But she's gonna be, it's gonna be a really good time. So we're gonna have a lot of fun.
She'll be 18 in like 2 weeks. Be careful.
I know,
Absolutely.
but I know Scott has a story about.
I remember where I was
when I told everybody I gave birth. So
yep, to our little like podcast text group. I
want to hear the story that.
Well, so it was the Tuesday after Princess Weekend. There,
it was a Tuesday. You are correct. Yep. Yes.
It was early in the morning. I'm going to share a photo of what I was eating.
Okay.
This is so crazy. I love this.
For those that are watching, it's something that you like, Ricky.
Okay.
I was eating this.
All right. Oh, yes. Okay. You were eating chocolate waffles from Ale and Compass.
Ale and Compass.
That was the right choice. I mean, I wish I was eating those. I had just given birth. So, that would have been a really great that would have been a really great thing to eat after all that process.
You deserved it more than me. I mean, I did some miles at Princess Weekend, but you definitely deserved it way more than I did.
I did. And yes, it was early in the morning. I had her at about 7:25 in the morning. So yes, it was early. So
yeah, this photo was taken at 9:29. So you let us know a little. I mean, obviously you weren't going to tell us.
Right. I wasn't gonna. First thing I'm going to do. All right, let me text.
Yeah, boom. Let me text everybody.
It was pretty cool. Like we were just seated not just seated, but we were sitting at Ale and Compass, and my waffles just came, and then I got the text.
Yeah.
Lucy is here. Took a bite of waffle. I was like, I know Ricky loves this waffle, and this one's for Ricky, Lucy, and Brian.
So good. I'm destroying these waffles, chocolate waffles, and
so every time I think of like Ale and Compass or those waffles, I think of your family.
I definitely have never heard that story before, and that makes me laugh so hard. That's the best story. And now I'm gonna think of that every time I get the chocolate waffles. So that's amazing.
That's great.
You want to know why this podcast, and I'm not just talking about the 4 of us, this whole group, I'm talking everybody in the Discord, everybody that runs the race. This is why we're a family right here, because this stuff happens all the time with all of us. It's crazy. We go to these races, we hear people tell us like, oh, I was listening to the show and this happened. I'm like, what? Dude, did you have to tell me that? That's awesome, but that's crazy. Yes. Yeah, like I was doing this when the show was on. I'm like, okay, great. I love it, but that's okay. Let's get to the topic. I love our family. It's so awesome. Okay, so Scott, you had one. Let's lead off because we got a bunch of great ones in the chat from our listeners already. But Scott, give us one where we can talk about pumping the brakes.
So this is a carryover from when you and I did it, Mike, because I wanted a third perspective, in particular, Ricky.
Yep, go.
So this one's for you, Ricky. I mean, it's Lucy's birthday weekend, so.
All right. Let's do it.
I want to know, from you in particular, should we pump the brakes or hit the gas on AP magnets?
Oh, that's a good one. Actually, that crossed my mind too.
Because I mean, so those that don't know, that maybe not our annual pass holders, like it seems that a lot of times Disney will like be really big on the social media. They'll like tease these a lot too. Like right now, there's one at Animal Kingdom.
There
I think
is.
you may have just recently
I
went to
did
Animal
just
Kingdom
go. Yes,
for the magnet,
I
maybe.
saw you.
I did just go to
Yep.
Animal
I
Kingdom
saw you and Find
for
My
the magnet.
Friends.
I got other content as well for the YouTube channel at Disney World After All. So if you want to see the content that I got from
The
that day, because
magnet.
obviously we're going to see a lot of changes coming here to Animal Kingdom. You know, we've seen them with Dinosaur. I mean, gone. I mean, the land is just the signage. I walked there and I'm like, oh, it's gone. Like Dino Land, it's bye bye. It was a memory. So I did that. I went and checked out Conservation Station, Rafiki's Planet Watch, because that's going to be changing here soon. I of course got my pass holder magnet. I tried the new viral chocolate chip cookie dough brownie ice cream sandwich. Oh my goodness!
See, I can get behind that anytime. Let's go.
Can I just tell you that is the best. I will be going to Animal Kingdom from now on just to get this ice cream sandwich. Like, it was so good. It's so rich. Let me just be perfectly blunt with you. This is a totally shareable ice cream sandwich. It's very large and it is so rich. So but I had a really good time. If you want to see that, the video is more than likely by this point live on a Disney World After All. So you can check out the video there. I did lots of things that weekend. You know, I did Mardi Gras at Universal. I did Festival of the Arts. So there's a whole bunch of stuff. I stayed at Hard Rock, so I've got content for that too. So like, there's a whole bunch of stuff coming that either is coming or has come out. So check that out. But as far as Scott's question as to annual pass holder magnets, he's asking the wrong person, because I literally make trips basically to go down for my annual pass holder magnet. I have every single pass holder magnet that has ever come out, and that includes the newer ones with the D shape, as well as the original ones that were circular. I have every single magnet that Disney has ever released. So, and I'm a bad person to ask this question to, so I'm going to say hit the gas. Keep giving out magnets.
I don't know if you're a bad person to ask. That's why I think it's funny, because I think you are. That's why it's a good question to ask.
I'm such a dork, and I will literally drive down to Florida to go pick up a magnet and like plan a trip, but so that like
this is why it's funny, because you are the target.
I am the target.
This is what they want.
Yes, exactly.
They're trying to hit someone in Georgia that's in driving distance to come on down.
You're actually probably thinking Tampa, but yeah, they got her all the way from Atlanta. Yeah,
they got her from Georgia. They're not going to get the guy from Michigan to spend $1,600 on airfare for a magnet.
No. But I got in the car, like I was really happy when I knew that they were going to be like, I kind of know the schedule of when they release magnets now. So like, I have an idea of when they're coming out. And so I knew that we were getting close to a new magnet time. And I knew when I planned my trip, I was like, I bet there's going to be a new magnet, because there's usually one around the Festival of the Arts, season. And so I'm like, I bet there's going to be a new magnet. And I picked the exact right weekend. It was so busy though. Let me tell you, like, it was the magnet came out on Thursday officially, and that I was there on Saturday, and it was packed. I mean, the line wrapped around the Discovery Island trading post. Like there were queues put down by tape. It went by really quick, so it maybe took me 10 minutes to get my magnet. But when you look at the line and you saw how long it was, you're like, oh my gosh, this is a lot of people here for a magnet. So I wasn't the only one to get a magnet, but yeah, it's I'm yay magnet. And I know that a lot of people wish that they would mail them out, but there's two reasons why they don't mail them out. One is they want people like me from Georgia to drive down to make a special trip to go to the park to, and it's usually a park that they need assistance with. So right now they've been doing it at Animal Kingdom, because Animal Kingdom's a little, iffy right now. There's not a lot going on there. So they're like, hey, come to this park. We'll give you a magnet. It used to be Epcot, because that was when, they were doing all this stuff at Epcot. So, that was the park that they try to get people to go to. So it's to entice people to, yes, like me, come down for trips. And also the only reason that they mailed out magnets was because it was during COVID. And I think they'd already announced a magnet or something like that, if I remember correctly. And then they'd had all the magnets. And so they're like, well, as a thank you for being pass holders during this, tough time, we're going to mail you a magnet. So they really have only mailed like, I think 1, maybe 2 magnets besides the Mickey Mouse magnet that they mail to everybody when you renew or purchase an annual pass. So they've never really mailed out magnets except for that one time. So I get why people want them mailed, but it's really to entice you to come down to the parks. And that's the whole purpose of the magnets. And it works because I drive down every time they have a magnet. So
So Scott, would you pump the brakes or hit the gas on the magnet?
I'm pumping the brakes. I mean, I love the magnets. My door is filled with them. You know,
Yeah.
I grab them. I enjoy them, but I think it's a little too much. I don't understand the hype. It's a magnet. It's cool. I like them. I collect them. They're neato, but I don't go out of the way for them. So there's a little too much. I gotta pump the brakes.
I think at this point, if I didn't have every single one, I wouldn't be, but now it's that completionist thing in my head now. And I'm like, well, I've got to go down and get another one. So like, I can't be missing one magnet because I have every single other one. So
What about you, Mike?
I'm the same way. Pump the brakes. I wish it was once a year, and it was like the traditional, like stick with kind of like a one kind, and then make a variant, like either the circle, like annual pass, or the D,
I love that one.
and like make a variant every year, mail it to everybody that's got an annual pass, and call it a day.
Like
know
when
what
you
I'm
got
saying?
your Mickey monitor, or like how they used
like
to do
once
like
a
back
year,
in the
like,
day. I liked
your
that a lot.
renewal, like when you renew, boom, you get your new
was
magnet, and
cool.
everybody gets one, and then that's it. Like that's good. Okay, let's go to the next one because I don't want to go so long, so we get all these topics in. I'm gonna throw one in real quick because I like this one from June. June Taylor, one of our listeners. Pump the brakes or hit the gas on going bigger with the cruise ships. So like let's say like so how about an adventure type ship that's sailing out of Canaveral?
mm-hmm.
Pump the brakes or hit the gas on a adventure size ship sailing out of Canaveral, Scotty G.
Well, I'm just gonna jump right to it. I'm pumping the brakes on that because I see what Royal Caribbean is doing, and I don't like those mega ships. You know, like they kind of look hideous to me. And like I've seen like the adventure one, and like I mean I haven't seen it in person. You know, I've seen some video and some photos of it, and it doesn't look like a Disney ship to me. You know what I'm saying? Like
Well, it's because it wasn't originally.
I know,
So
but
that,
it's got the color scheme and stuff, but it looks wide and like I don't know, like it doesn't look like it. And I mean, this weekend I'm going to be boarding a classic. I'm boarding the Wonder. I sailed the Magic last year. Absolutely loved it. I love that smaller classic feel, you know. So like I kind of want to go the other direction. I want smaller ships personally. I like those. So I want to pump the brakes on these mega ships. Like I'm not the biggest fan of them.
See, I'm the opposite. I would say I'd say put one like that would compare with like Star of the Seas and all these newer put one. That way the people who want the theme park at sea, they can have it. Because that's going to pull 7,000 people out of my way. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's going to pull half the population of Florida on that ship, and then I'll be cool with the Magic and the Treasure and the Wonder and all that stuff. Because they're not for me either, I don't think. Now, I've never been on those, but they look like too much. Like, I know I'm sounding old, but man, those things. And, you know, Pam loves that ship. Pam Forrester, she's been on those mega ships on Royal, and she loves, and everybody that I've known that's gone on them loves them. But they just look.
I mean, I'm gonna try one. I really want to. I just haven't done it yet, but just to experience it. But I just don't know yet. They look weird.
They do, and Jason, he does say, you know, and this is they can't get into many ports because of environmental concerns. So Disney's
like they can't go to Norway, and like, they can't go to Europe.
Yeah. So and that's just they're gonna more and more of that. But I mean, one of them like doing a Caribbean sail, maybe just one. I'm not saying they need to go big on a bunch, but maybe one. And because the thing is, you don't have to sail it. You know, but you could have one in your inventory. What do you think, Ricky?
And I am going to sail the adventure. Like, I'm going to sail that. I want to go to Singapore so bad.
Hey,
so it's going to happen.
I have a passport now, dude.
Let's do it together.
Let's go. I got to get a stamp on that sucker.
I just want to go to the airport. Honestly, that airport looks incredible.
I just want to use that thing. Like, it's just sitting
But
there
I want to know
now.
what Ricky thinks about this
What do you
topic.
think, Ricky?
So she's the tiebreaker.
Yeah, you are.
I am the tiebreaker, and I'm gonna say, definitely pump the gas on it. I'm like Mike.
Oh wait, wrong one. Hang on.
You really just like someone else.
I totally did. Oops, sorry.
I agree. While I love the smaller ships, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm sailing, like we said, I'm sailing on the Fantasy again here in a couple of months. But there's something, and maybe it's because it was a ship that was not originally a Disney ship, but there's something that's so intriguing to me about the adventure. and the different things that Disney is able to include on this ship that they can't really add on the other ships because they don't have the ability to, or haven't, because they've been stuck in the same mold of the same type of ship. So with the adventure, I feel like they were able to step outside the box and do something a little bit different, and that's why the adventure appeals to me. And I think if they were able to build bigger ships, they could continue to step outside the box and do things that are a little more different. So I also am like, I would like to see a couple of bigger ships. Now, they don't need to continue to make like constantly make bigger ships, of course, but just kind of keep mixing it up a little bit. Make some bigger ones, maybe make some smaller ones. Just keep the flow going. Don't make all the same of everything, because I know that the next what is it, four ships that they're building again, they're all going to be Wish class ships, and I wish that they were doing something different. I wish that they weren't building the same with that. So that's kind of a disappointment for me. I wish that, even if they are building these next three and they don't want to go the mega ship, they would do something that was another class of ship besides the Wish class ship. So I would like to see bigger ships. I think it would be really interesting to see what Disney could do with them. And I, like you, I would love to get on the adventure. I don't think I'm going to be able to get on the adventure out of Singapore, at least not for a very long time. Lucy would have to be very much older before we would ever consider that, unless again they decide to bring the adventure this way. Hello, Port Canaveral. I don't think they can make it.
It's made for that market. But hey, Scott and I, though, because we're empty nesters now, so we can. I'm dying to use that passport, so maybe. But hey, the thing is, like, they make them all the same class because it's just, you can dupe them a lot cheaper than. But wouldn't it be cool, like, to order like the next four ships? We're going to make one that's like a classic ship. We're going to make one in the fantasy class or the dream class.
Yeah,
God, that'd be my ideal thing. Because can you imagine like a 2029 version of the fantasy, like with update, fresh off the line, or a magic class ship fresh off the line? I mean, that'd be awesome, but it'd be cost prohibitive because you got to retool everything for, like, if you're doing like four of the same class, it's just boom, 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 just pump them out at the same time. I'm sure. I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm a shipbuilder. Dude, I'm from Missouri. Like, I'm the furthest thing from like Italy.
They got the blueprints for the Magic and Wonder. They can make that happen.
Do they? Maybe. I guess they. It was a long time ago. All right, let's. So Ricky, give us a pump the brakes, gas, hit the gas topic. Let's go.
All right. So when I was at Disney Springs over that weekend, I went to Marketplace Co-op, and they have something new at Marketplace Co-op that I found to be very interesting. I found it to be a very interesting trend. And so I'm curious as to what you guys think, although I think I have an idea on where this one's going to go. So it's called the Disney Drop Shop. And the whole idea behind this shop, which I find to be very interesting, is it's all those blind boxes that Disney is so like they're popular everywhere right now. Like if you go in any shop,
I have a story. Go ahead.
Oh God. Okay. They have those blind
Mike, didn't
boxes.
you talk about this once, or like?
I don't know.
I think maybe. Go ahead, Ricky.
So.
But that's okay. I'm sorry, I wasn't here for that one. But they have the blind boxes, and the point of the Disney Drop Shop is you purchase a box, right? And then you're supposed to be able to film your experience of opening it up, because obviously that's the whole thing of these boxes is the unboxing experience.
The utter disappointment when you get the wrong one.
Yeah, exactly. So people there's that, yes. So people buy the boxes, and then while they're in the shop, they film themselves actually opening up the box. So would you like to see more of these type of situations happening in the parks? Or do you think they need to just keep it at Disney Springs and have that be that? So, Mike, I'm curious about your story now. So let's go. What do you think?
I'm kind of like, again, we had one of these pop up the first time. I'm kind of like in neutral on this one. I'm fine with like one or two. I wouldn't say like slam down the gas pedal on it, but I wouldn't say hit the brakes, because it's kind of a fun thing,
I think it's definitely a thing of its time.
If I was going to say,
sure.
it's probably not going to be around in 5 years. I'd say hit the brakes. Or no, hit the gas. I'm going to hit the gas a little bit, just a little bit. Now, maybe not that hard. Maybe maybe put one or two more various places. Maybe like an Epcot one, maybe in Japan or something like.
It feels very, remember Vinylmation? It feels very Vinylmation.
Vinylmation.
Like that was like the start kind of this whole thing, it feels like. And we all know that those went by the wayside, although I'm sitting here in my my Disney room, and I'm looking at actually
Same.
3 Vinylmations right now, so like I still have them, but I mean, what am I gonna do? I mean, they're literally just sitting on my shelf because I
They're the
bought
weirdest
them,
looking
so.
things, to be honest. But yeah, Dennis made us a custom one back. Went on a bunch of cruises.
Yes, yes,
okay,
yes,
quick,
yes.
my story, because I don't want to make this too long. So Sean from the Discord, takes care of the field for the Browns, right? He's awesome, and his wife is a huge fan of these things called, what are they called, like Labubus?
Yeah, the Labubus, yeah,
Fufus or something. Like they're like little things, like
Yeah.
they hang on your backpack. And so we're out at Disneyland, hanging out the whole race weekend out there, and she only likes Goofy. Like, she's a Goofy fan. Like, loves Goofy, right? And so they sell these Lafufus or whatever, and they sell them in those blind. And so I learned the whole thing. They're in those blind boxes, right? And there's a store in downtown Disney that sells these things, and it's like packed. But it's like, so so she sees people walk around with them attached to their backpacks throughout the whole, like, we're walking around riding rides and stuff. And she wants one, but she doesn't want to like do the whole blind thing, right? She wants to just buy a Goofy. She doesn't want to have to take the, play the lottery kind of thing and get the blind box. And so Sean and I are talking, like, you should just buy one. Because what are the chances that somebody that has one hanging on their backpack, Goofy is their actual favorite character, right? Because people probably prefer Mickey or Minnie, probably even Donald. We're doing statistical analysis. Jason would be proud. I'm like, if you probably went up to somebody that's got a Goofy, you could probably trade them a Mickey or a Minnie, or probably even a Goofy or a Pluto if they're a dog person, and get a Goofy for like one of those 4. So if you get one of those 4, you're probably going to be able to trade up anyway. So we're doing all these calculations. So I think there's like a black market on it. So I think maybe it is something, but I did learn about the whole, it's still going on, the blind box thing. So maybe, yeah.
Oh, it's huge.
So I hit the gas. So Scott, that's a long story, but I got a whole Labubu kind of, education. It was fun. I didn't buy any though. But by the way, they got it by the time they left, because they bought 2. Sean bought one. His wife bought one. She did not get a Goofy. Guess what? Sean opened it up. Boom, Goofy. Score.
Hey,
let's go.
That's good.
All right, so go ahead, Scott.
He better have given it to his wife.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
I love the concept of blind boxes. I think it's so cool. Like, I mean, this concept has kind of been around in like different formats. Like in Mackinac Island, you can buy these like blind grab bags for years. My dad and mom would always come back with these like for a male 15 years old, and then you open
Yes,
up these,
I remember those.
things, like, so
That's
like
so
they still do it in Mackinac Island, so like I've always like been fascinated by this. So I'm gonna pump some gas, maybe not like on my Chevy Corvette, maybe more like on my Chevy Cavalier, pump gas, like we're not going like full throttle here like you would, Mike, but yeah, I'm gonna pump the gas on it. I like it. I think it's fun.
That's cool. All right, Scott, give us another. This is fun.
Well, then Ricky never
thing.
really gave her answer.
Oh yeah.
What do
you know?
I think it's fine if that's what you're into. And, I know that there's a huge market online for people watching all these unboxing videos and things like that. It's not for me, but I guess I think I'm gonna be a neutral, and I'm gonna be like, one is good, one is enough. I don't think we need to have another situation where it's like Vinylmation, where it's everywhere, and then in 5 years you're like, I don't know what to do with this. So like I think that having the one is fine. I don't necessarily think we need more in other parks. So I guess I'm kind of pumping. I'm kind of hitting the brakes on it a little bit, but one is good. One is good.
That was a short break.
A short break. Yeah.
All right, Scott, give us another. Let's go.
All right. So over the last several years, the Epcot Food and Wine Festival has expanded food booths to like Future World. Used to be kind of like World Showcase only, and it's kind of expanded to Future World and all these other wave areas. Like you have like those wings now for like sports and all that. So you enter Food and Wine Festival, you get your passport, and now it's just like, it almost seems like it's a novel now.
Mm-hmm.
Like last year, there were over 35 plus food booths, I would say. Do you think? So I'm just gonna ask you: do you like that? Like, do we need to like pump the gas on that? Let's get more food booths in the Food and Wine Festival, or do we need to pump the brakes on this? Like, this is getting kind of ridiculous. Like, how many food booths are in the Food and Wine Festival at Epcot?
Ricky, let's go. I'm gonna get a few more in, so kind of keep it short. What you got?
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna say neutral. But I guess it would be more, hit the brakes. Just because there are so many booths. Food and Wine has the most, obviously. It's the Food and Wine Festival, so of course it's going to. But I feel like, and I don't have a problem with them being in, World Nature or World Discovery or what have you. But I do think that at some point there is a little bit of overload as far as what you can eat. So and especially because like Festival of the Arts is happening, and that they actually give really decent sized portions for the Festival of the Arts. So you go to a couple of booths and you're full by the time but so you can't really enjoy a lot. I mean, yeah, even when sharing, I still can't do like a ton of booths and a ton of different things at each booth. So I feel like they're getting to the point of saturation on it. So I think that they're good at this point. I don't think they need any more. And they could maybe scale back a little bit, especially with things like the Food and Wine Festival. I think they could scale back a little. I think what they have during the other festivals is a decent number, but they definitely have more at Food and Wine. So I'm going to say pump on Food and Wine ones, and stay neutral on the others, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna say also pump the brakes, because I think it's at the maximum right now. Like, we're good.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine. Like, it's fine because, and I know it's like, it's also meant to bring out the locals, and the locals get to go back, maybe 10
Absolutely.
times during the festival. So they will get to try out 35,
Absolutely.
different booths over, 3 months. That's the point of this kind of festival, which I get. It's not for people going down one time during the festival, which is, nice. But I also see that Michael's saying we need different booths. Every year we nice to have a wider variety of different kinds of booths to visit for people that come down, maybe once, every season, or, every other, Food and Wine Festival, to get a different variety, not the same old. So that'd be kind of nice. But yeah, I say pump the brakes, but just, we're good. We got a good amount. So Scott, what are you thinking?
It's a hard pump the brakes for me. It's called the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival. I don't want to see stuff in Future World. I'm not seeing them much international in this festival anymore. And so I want less booths. And I understand, Mike, you said like it's good for the locals, right? But I'm a completist. Like, I want to go down there, and I'm not filling many passport stamps, because I come back and my passport is hardly full and it looks like I hardly did anything. I want to be able to complete more. I want to see more unique items. Kind of like what Michael is saying, like, I want to see more unique things happening. Yeah, we have our festival favorites and stuff like that, but I want to pump the brakes. I want to see less and better quality, better items. So pump the brakes on that for me.
I get that. The better quality is definitely a huge thing. And you know what I think that they really need to pump the brakes on, honestly, is the length of the festival. I think it's too long for that one. It just kind of wears on and on and on. And by the end of the festival, you're like, okay, this is long enough. So they used to start it in September. And I feel like that was better. I think they've now moved it. They had it for a while going back to July, which was way too long. I think they're starting to move it back to August again, and that's a little bit better. But it does feel like it kind of goes on just a tad bit too long for that festival too. The others are fine, actually. I can tell you, Festival of the Arts, I think is way too short, because I was there, and I mean, the entire place was packed that day, and it's been packed the entire Festival of the Arts, I feel like. So, and I know why it's a shorter festival, because they do have to have the artists there, and asking them to come over and over again is probably a lot. So I get why it's a shorter festival for that reason, but I do wish that maybe it was 6 weeks instead of like 4, which I think is what it typically is. And if they pushed back the Epcot Flower and Garden Festival by 2 weeks, I think that would work out a little bit better. But that's only if I'm wishing for stuff.
Let's go one more before we get out of here. And this is from Michael David 2722 over on YouTube, tuned in. I like this one because you got to think about it. At first, I think, okay, here we go. It says gas or brakes, adding more areas like the seating area to relax in Epcot by the fountain and the statue, by the Walt statue. So adding more seating areas basically to the theme parks. Now think about that. I mean, I think we're all going to be like, oh yeah, gas. But I mean, to give up, you're going to be giving up maybe some places for attractions or restaurants or other things. But I'm still gas, because here's the thing, like, and again, when I was hanging out with Sean and his wife out there, there was like a Friday night, like we just noticed in Disneyland, there are benches everywhere, like in Disneyland Park, because it was packed, right? There was a Friday night. There was going to be paint the night. Dude, it was a madhouse, but there were places to sit everywhere in that park. You don't have that at the Magic Kingdom. There's not as many benches. There's not as many nooks and crannies and places to just chill. Like Disneyland kind of feels like a park. Magic Kingdom feels like a theme park. And I'm all about those. I would sacrifice some places to have chill spaces. You know, add more, just relax. And I think Epcot did that really well. Like looking at it long term. Now I don't like that new connections, like multi-use space. They kind of missed the mark on that.
It's actually for Festival of the Arts. It was really spectacular, to be perfectly honest, because they did have an exhibit in there about, Disney on Broadway. And it did not feel like a gymnasium type situation, like I think it kind of usually does, where you've got the cafeteria on one end, and then you've got the other stuff on the other end. It really felt like a space, and they utilized the space really well. It kind of had a pathway that you went through to look at all the sets and things like that. They actually had sets of things. They really did a fantastic job with the Festival of the Arts this year with that space. It did not feel like what it usually feels like, where it's just this big open space and kind of wasted and stuff like that. It used the space well, and it's what the space was intended for, which is good. I would like to see more of that as we move toward the future. Because I think they did a really good job, but at the beginning and what they normally have in that space, that's kind of wasted, but they did a good job with it for the Festival.
So would you pump the brakes or hit the gas on more seating?
More
areas?
Spaces? I mean, I think I would also, hit the gas. I don't think that, especially with the festivals, at Epcot, we joked it's not a festival without eating on a trash can, we were stuck eating on a trash can because there was nowhere for us to go, that kind of thing. Although it's a lot more difficult around World Showcase because it is pretty much just a giant path that people follow for the most part. So I get that one. But, they just added some seating to Disney's Hollywood Studios over by, in between Toy Story Land and Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, which I think was exceptionally needed. That area was definitely needing some seating area. And I think that it would be a huge plus to have more seating areas, just places where people can mingle and relax a little bit. You can charge a phone or whatever. I think that would be, or just recharge your own batteries. I think that having places like that is so important, and it is, it is missing. Especially in places like the Magic Kingdom, where a lot of people are lamenting the fact that they took away Tom Sawyer Island, because that was a place where people could go to kind of relax and get away. So I think.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. I mean, there's very few tranquil places to chill. It's, it is great to have that multi-sensory thing going on, but man, sometimes, everybody needs just a little chill. All right, Scott, close us out. You hitting the brakes or slamming on the gas for some seating areas?
I'm like a tap of the brakes kind of on this one.
Just a little crash.
Because of the, and I brought the question back up here because I wanted to read it again, because it's adding gas brakes, adding more areas like the seating and relax area, like at Epcot by the fountain and statue. Because I particularly dislike this area, because I think this area is terrible, because it's so much wasted space. Like, I never see anyone sitting in it, and it's blazing hot. Like, it's just not useful seating. Like, you and I were talking about this the other night, Mike. Like, I love the benches at Disneyland because, like, it's kind of useful. Like, I sit on a bench and I can like watch people walk by, like I can see a parade come through, or I can listen to like a marching band or whatever. Like, that space in Epcot is like right in the center there, and there's like nothing happening really. Like, it's just, you listen to this terrible new background loop that they replaced this Epic Interventions loop. It's just horrendous. Like, I took a food and wine festival food item over there once. I've seen a couple people on a laptop.
Yeah, I
working there before.
was gonna say that I've seen people
Like, is that
working
what I
in
want to
there.
see on my theme park
That's
day?
true.
Is like see a guy working on their laptop?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Like, it's a space that doesn't like seem like vacation-y to me or like relaxing. Like I don't like that space. While I love more additional seating and benches, but I want them to be like kind of useful.
Yeah, I get that point. I
So
absolutely
like that's why I'm
agree
like
with
a
that
tap
part.
on the brakes. Like more seating would be great, but I don't want more seating like the one by the fountain area. I like the idea of it, but like I would reimagine that area in some way because I'm not finding it that is fulfilling its potential. If
I
you
get
know
what you're saying there. Yeah. Well, the whole of Epcot's, renovation in the center didn't really fulfill a lot of what was supposed to happen.
Right.
So
If there was a cool fountain show still to watch
Yes,
here, then
of
that would be
course.
Yeah, that's a
great
good
for that
point.
seating.
You know what? I've never
Yeah.
sat in that middle space the whole time it's been there.
I
I
have
have once,
before.
and I just sat in there, and I was just like, I'm listening to
usually-
this loop that I despise, and this is not
I
as
usually sit in
enjoyable.
that space when I grab a coffee. So when I grab a Starbucks drink, and I'll sit in that space and just sit there and drink my coffee.
That's probably
So
what
that's-
they're thinking because right
Problem is
next to
it's usually
Starbucks.
blazing hot.
It
and
is,
it's
Yeah.
not
and that's
comfortable.
you are correct. It is usually, and the one time it was definitely. I've sat there a couple times. The one time it was night, so it was very nice and peaceful. There was no sun blazing on you. But the other time it was definitely in the middle of the afternoon, and it was hot, and I was absolutely looking for a spot that had shade. And there are a few spots that have shade over there, but not a whole lot. You are correct with that. So yes, I agree with you. It's not the most useful in like the blazing sun, but on the day when it was, me just sitting there in the evening, it was perfectly beautiful.
If the last time Scott brought it up, like I was walking past there because again, I haven't. Now that I think about it, I've never stopped to like sit. I've had no because I don't drink coffee. I've never had a reason to like sit and stop and sit there because I'm usually by myself. And I did. I saw two dudes working on a laptop, and it reminded me of like an outdoor Starbucks or something. Like because they're sitting there just, I mean, you got to work where you got to work, but I was just like, yeah, we're in the middle of a theme park. It's, I mean, no, I'm not.
No
joning on
problem
them.
with that, right?
Yeah, no problem. But I mean, I felt sorry for him.
Fitting
Like,
the
go ride
vibe that
around.
I want, like I want a fountain playing where I can sit back and relax and hear the Interventions background loop.
Yeah,
That's what I
bring it
want.
back. Yeah, 100%. All right. So here's the thing. Come on over to the clubhouse. Let us know what you think about these topics. We'll do another one of these here in a few more weeks. We have a good time with these. Hope you guys enjoy them. That's the whole goal of this, kind of get a conversation going. You can maybe go Texas Roadhouse tonight or something, and you can spin it around the table with your family and bring up some more and let us know. Come over to the clubhouse. Let us know. BeOurGuestPodcast.com/clubhouse. The invitation's waiting for you. If you haven't joined us before, just go to that link. The invitation's there. Boom. You're right there. Part of the family. We have a good time talking Disney. It's the greatest Disney community out there. Kind of biased, but I think it is. So we'll see you over there. Don't forget, today's show brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan your next Disney adventure for no additional cost to you. Check out all the details today over at themagicforless.com. Please also use that Amazon affiliate link anytime you shop online. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you so very much to our Patreon supporters. You're the all-stars that make all these things happen. I can't thank you enough for that. You can support us as well for just $5 a month. And for that support, you get a bonus show called Mike in the Midwest. So come over this week. We'd love to have you. Patreon.com/BeOurGuestPodcast. You can follow us all on the social media. I'm at BeOurGuestMike. That's on Instagram, X.com, and Threads. Scott's at Epscott, EPSCOT in those places. But the place you got to check them out is on Must See Adventures on YouTube. Scott, real quick, give us a little, what's probably happening on the channel. I know you're getting ready to go out to sea. You'll be out there, but what's going to be happening while you're out in international waters?
Yeah, probably at sea. We're sailing a classic ship right now on the Wonder, and it's the Be Our Guest podcast cruise from last year on the Disney Magic. So Mike is finally making his debut. Ricky, we gotta get you on the channel now too. But Mike has finally made his YouTube debut on the channel. So go check out what we're doing on the Disney Wonder last year.
All right. Check it out. And Ricky is at DisneyWorldAfterAll.com. Ricky, real quick, what's happening on your channel probably-ish now?
So yeah, like I said, I was just down at Disney and Universal. So I have a Mardi Gras video. We did Mardi Gras. We did Festival of the Arts. I got into that whole Lorcana thing. I let's put it this way. I'm not into it, but I did the Lorcana thing, which has been so popular at the Festival of the Arts this year. So I thought that was really interesting. I still don't understand the game, but I thought, doing the pieces that needed to be done to get the specialty cards was kind of cool. And we stayed at Hard Rock, so I have a video about that. And like I said, we walked around Animal Kingdom. Also have a video that I recently did about our stay a few trips ago from Saratoga Springs. So I've got that. So I've got quite a few things that have been posted recently. I did a video about going to Epic Universe as well, because we did that relatively recently as well. So yeah, definitely have some good content coming out for sure. And if it's not already out by now. So yeah, it's been a good, couple of weirdly good couple weeks with trip stuff. So but now we don't have another trip planned until April at this point. So, I got a little ways to go.
So it's March tomorrow, like in 2 days, but you'll make it.
I'll make it. Exactly. I can do this.
And by the
as
way,
soon as Disney announces another magnet, I'll be there,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, we just talked about that. Yeah. And sorry, Vern and Jason, that you guys are the people working on laptops in that seating area. We're not joning on you. We're just like, go get on a ride, which you guys do once you close the laptop. So it's all good. We're not locals. We get it.
I mean, they're locals, so that's their problem.
I know,
right?
exactly. We're not. We're just jealous. That's all it is. We're jealousy. Anyway, we're out of here. We hope you have a great weekend. We'll be back again on Monday with a great trip report. So for Scotty G and Ricky, I'm Mike. Wishing you a great weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon.
You've been listening to the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. If you have questions, comments, or would like to be a guest on the show, please visit our website at beourguestpodcast.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you real soon.